All right, guys, today's goal is the learner will understand how to analyze the arithmetic sequence and series. Okay, so the key pieces we need to remember. So sequence, series. Sequence is a list of numbers, series is the summation of numbers, okay? That's a piece we need to remember. Now, arithmetic. What that means is there's a common difference, okay? So it says in an arithmetic sequence, the difference of consecutive terms is constant. This constant difference is called the common difference and is denoted by D. So really what we're asking is this. D equals, well, you do 14 minus 17, because remember this is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term. And this is what we've been doing the last couple days. But before we were just figuring a pattern. Well, now we're going to recognize pattern and apply some properties, okay? And I get negative 3. So check. 11 minus 14. You get negative 3. Do 8 minus 11. Negative 3. Do 5 minus 8. You get negative 3. So tell whether yes, because it has a common difference of negative 3. Okay, so now that we understand what they are, let's take a look at being able to apply the rules of it. All right, so here's the basic rule, okay? This is what we're going to be filling in for. A sub n equals, now a sub 1, first term, plus the term number minus 1 times the common difference, okay? So remember, it's first term plus n minus 1 times the common difference. So here's an example. You can read through that real quick, but let's just take a look at the first example here. It says, write a rule for the nth term of the arithmetic sequence. That means I need to get a sub n equals, then find the 20th term. Okay, so here's the sequence that we were just dealing with in the last problem. So we already know, so we need two things. We need to find the first term. In order to get the equation, we need the first term and the common difference. Well, we did the common difference on the previous example. It's negative 3. But just in case, remember, you can just do 14 minus 17, 11 minus 14, 8 minus 11. And then the first term, well, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. That means when n is 1, what's the first term? 17. So we fill it in. First term plus n minus 1 times the common difference. Distribute. Combine the like terms, you get negative 3n plus 20. So there's the first part here. It says, write a rule for the nth term. That's that part. But then it says that we want to find a sub 20. So what that means to do is, now that we have the rule, you plug it in. So you get negative 60 plus 20, negative 40. So there we go. Okay, so again, the key pieces we just focused on. What do we need to find? First term, common difference. Anytime you have these directions, those are the focus. First term, common difference. So let's take a look at some more here. So here, again, we want first term and common difference. Well, we have the common difference. But do we have a sub 1? No, we have a sub 11. So I'm still going to be using this equation. Okay, but watch what I do here. Okay, so let's talk about what I just did. See how it says a sub n? Well, what did the 11th term equal? Negative 57. So this is the a sub n, and then the n is the 11. So that's what I substituted everything in. See how the only thing left now is the first term? So now we can solve for that first term. So negative 57 equals a sub 1 plus 10 times negative 7. Negative 57 equals a sub 1 minus 70. Add the 70 over, you get a sub 1 equals 13. So then our equation now, a sub n equals 13 plus n minus 1 times the common difference. So you guys remember when we were solving for like y equals mx plus b, and at the end, after you found the m and the b, you'd leave the x and the y alone? Same thing here. We're leaving the a sub n and the n. It's still there. So you have a sub n equals 13 minus 7n plus 7, because we distribute. So you get a sub n equals negative 7n plus 20. So there's our rule. Let's double check though. What else did it want again? It wants the 20th term. So a sub 20 equals negative 7 times 20 plus 20. So you get 120, negative 120. Okay? Now let's take a look at another one. All right, now here, these are the challenging ones. Okay, so let's try to focus here. All right, so we don't have the first term or the common difference. So we need to think about how we could get it. Well, let's just think about this way. I have the 7th term, and I want to get to the 16th term. So how many times do I need to add that common difference? Well, to get to 8, I'm showing you what's going on here. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So how many times did I need to add it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9d. Well, isn't that the same thing as 16 minus 7? So see, what we need to do is you need to subtract the n's. That's how many common differences you're adding. And that's to get from 26 to 71. So you do the later term minus the earlier term. So you have 9d equals 71 minus 26. So you get 45. So you get d equals 5. So now I'm going to leave this next part up to you guys to try to do. So now, see how you have the common difference? So if we look back here, see how here you were given a term and the common difference? Here you're given 2 sets of terms. We found the common difference, so use that to get to the final answer. Okay? And if you do that, and this is how you can check yourself, this is why I'm giving you the answer, attempt to do this and check yourself. You should end up with a sub n equals 5n minus 9. If you don't get that, when I'm coming around to check the notes, ask me and I can look over it with you. All right, let's take a look at a little bit more. All right, so we've talked about arithmetic sequences. Now we're talking about series. So remember, it's when you're trying to find the sum, okay? So it says the expression formed by adding the terms of an arithmetic sequence is called arithmetic series. The sum of the first n terms of an arithmetic series is denoted by s sub n, okay? Remember, we talked about sigma here, meaning sum. The sum of the first n, okay? To find a rule for s sub n, you can write s sub n in 2 different ways and add the results. So you have s sub n equals the first term. So here's an equation. Go ahead and look through it. And that's how they come up with this. But bottom line is, Here's the equation that we need to think about, okay? Or another way of seeing this that you might see in another book or in another equation sheet would be this. Because here this is like n over 1, so you're just distributing it to the top, okay? So this just means the sum of the first n terms equals the number of terms times the first term times the quantity of the first term plus the last term divided by 2, okay? So here it says find the sum of the arithmetic series, and it wants from 1 to 12. So first thing we need to do is find that first term. So we get 9. Then we need to find the last term, because it wants the sum of the first 12 terms, so you have 12 times the first term, which is 7, plus a sub 12, 9, plus a sub 12 divided by 2. Okay? So, what we need to do now is also find that 12th term. So you say a sub 12 equals 2 plus 7 times 12. So you get 86. So now we have the sum of the first 12 terms is the 12 terms times the first, which is 9, plus the last, which is 86, divided by 2. So use your calculator and calculate that out. You should get 570. Okay? So key pieces, remember, D is the common difference, a sub 1 is the first term, a sub n is the term you're looking for. And series means you're finding the sum of the sequence. All right, we'll see you guys in class.